Well, I'm here off camera. You can hear me, but talking with the new acting sheriff, Jack Anderson. Thanks for having me down, Jack.
Thank you, Matt.
Let's start off with some preliminaries. Just how old are you, for example?
47.
47. That young.
Well,
I'm 43 myself, so you're like
I
my
feel
older
young.
brother's age. Now, how long have you been a deputy?
I have been with the Sheriff's Department for 21 years.
Now, what were you doing before you were a deputy?
Actually, I was in the U.S. Army, Military Police Corps. I was lucky enough to serve 3 years there and worked patrol, investigations, and narcotics. It was a great opportunity.
Now, are you from Orange County?
No, I'm originally a native of Illinois.
And when did you, so you came to, did you come to Orange County to work as a sheriff?
Yes.
Deputy? Okay. Now you're married with kids?
I am married 16 years and have a 7-year-old boy.
Very good. And where did you go to school?
I went to Southern Illinois University where I got my bachelor's in administration of justice, focusing on law enforcement. That's where I'm at now. And master's studies over at Cal State Long Beach.
So how did you find your way to Orange County from Illinois?
You know what it was is I had a professor while I was doing my undergraduate work, and he couldn't speak more highly about Orange County. And I had spent some time down in San Diego visiting previously. I was really impressed with the law enforcement. So on the East Coast, there tends to be an element of well, I don't want to call it corruption, but favoritism, nepotism. In the Midwest, I saw it similar. It doesn't mean they're all like that. But out here, what I realized, it's more of a legalistic system. It is fair. It doesn't really care who you're related to. It applies the law. Everybody's treated equally. That attracted me because I thought that's a place I'd like to work. And they were hiring a lot. So I came out, applied here first, and by the grace of God, they hired me first.
Now, actually, I'm curious. Back in 1998, when Mike was first running for sheriff, who did you back in that election?
Paul Walters.
Paul Walters?
Yes.
Okay. And why did you back Paul over Mike at that time?
You know, I felt that Paul had more law enforcement experience. Mike Corona had a lot of good qualities that he was bringing to the table as well. But looking at it from a cop's perspective, you know, I'm like, I'd like to have a leader I can relate to that had done the type of work I had done. Now, Mike had done other types of work that he developed great leadership skills with, which he brought here to this organization, did a lot of good things. But when I was looking at Paul Walters, I could relate more to him.
Now, now Mike told me last night that you would like to be elected sheriff in your own right, or become the sheriff permanently. Now, at what point did you decide you would like to run for sheriff?
You know what, I'd say it was probably about 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember making the comment to Frank McAdite from the Register. I was having some email correspondence with him, and I pointed out to him that it was my intent. I was not going to run in 2006 because my boss, Mike Corona, was running, and I wasn't going to run against him. However, if he won that election, or if somebody else did, but if he won that election and didn't run again in 2010, I would be mounting up a campaign for 2010, and I stuck to that.
And at what point did you start having discussions with Sheriff Corona about your aspirations?
Well, he obviously read about it in the paper, so, you know, gigs up there. But I first had a conversation with him before that. It was probably, it was about the same time, but a little before it came out in the paper. And I had actually met with him, and I sat and talked to him and said, look, I believe that I could be successful as a sheriff one day. I'm continuing to develop my management skills, my leadership skills, and I'd like to give it a try. And you know what, he was very good about it. He goes, you know what, thanks for talking to me. Because I encourage all my employees to, those who want to seek this position to do it. He goes, I'm not going to back you individually, Jack, necessarily. He He goes, I actually promote more people to come and engage in the process so that the electorate has a wider choice. But he goes, you know what, you just need to continue doing what you're doing. You're doing a good job at it, and as long as you keep doing it, you'll have some more opportunities, and I think it'll really prepare you. And it kind of came to fruition.
Now there's, in addition to you, I mean, the other people who've announced their desire for this, for the top job include Ralph Martin and Bill Hunt. What's your opinion of their? I don't want you to make a judgment about them, but if you want to do that, that's fine. Or how would you characterize what you bring to the table vis-a-vis what they bring to the table in terms of being sheriff of Orange County?
Well, that's the presuppose that there'll be the competition that I'll be competing against, and that the playing field is level and we're all there together, and they're considered to be a viable candidate. I don't think I feel comfortable knocking people down, saying, well, I'm better than them because of these reasons. I'll tell you what I can feel comfortable saying at this point. Because these people may not. Well, obviously, Hunt is running.
Mm-hmm.
Martin, I don't even know if he's put a campaign together. I don't know what he's doing. But it wouldn't be right for me to kind of knock out him. He ran, he didn't get it, and until I hear otherwise that he's going to run, I don't think it's appropriate. But I look at myself as a candidate. What am I going to present to the Board of Supervisors when it comes to, well, Jack, why are you the best applicant? My response is going to be my 24 years of experience in law enforcement, 21 right here. I grew up in this organization. I worked at every jail we have. I've worked 11 cities and communities in Orange County, patrolling around the patrol car. I understand Orange County with regard to the Sheriff's Department and how it operates. To me that's a great advantage because I'm able to maneuver within the organization and be more effective. And I think that helps, especially when you talk about an outsider coming in. They have to learn how this operation, what the culture is here, how it functions. They have to learn people's names, understand their skill sets, what are they capable of doing, not capable of doing. You can spend a lot of wasted time being inefficient trying to figure it all out. Well, I'll pick the best people. Well, how are you going to identify who the best people are? I've had the opportunity to work with these people for 21 years. I can judge their capabilities based upon my observations. My assignments most recently have included South County as the division commander. In South Orange County, there's 10 cities plus the unincorporated. The whole population down there is about 566,000 people. There's not a city in Orange County with that many people in it. So I've already overseen an operation larger than any other city. So when you talk about city chiefs coming into the process, well, I welcome them to come. Let's compete. Now as the division commander, as the assistant sheriff, commander over sheriff's operations, which is all our patrol functions. I not only oversee all patrol functions for the county of Orange, where the sheriff has jurisdiction, which now the population I oversee that we're serving for patrol is 750,000. Orange County's two largest cities are less than 750,000. I also oversee the harbors. We have 3 harbors, 47 miles of coastline. We patrol that. We have OCTA. We provide security there. John Wayne Airport. That's the sheriff's department out there, and I oversee that. We have a transportation bureau. I oversee SWAT, hostage negotiations. I'm sure I'm going to forget some things, just trying to pop this off, but bomb squad. I mean, everything is black and white, and law enforcement is what I oversee. That's what I bring, experience in dealing with something that large. So how do I think I'll compete against others who may apply? There'll be some who have similar experience.